of the women are in early stage. They go through postpartum depression. Actually, 1 in 10 women. So if you walk down the street, you see 10 people, one mother, one woman will feel that depression. So I just wanted to let the public know that this is something normal, and you can always get help from everyone.
สวัสดีค่ะ
สวัสดีค่ะ Welcome to Thai Pulse.
Now this week we are very honored to have our special guest with us here today, Mrs. Chanita Seedaket Craythorne, or known as Sammy. She is Mrs. Thailand World 2025 and Thailand's representative for the Mrs. World 2026 competition.
Right, today we talk about her inspiring journey and also her projects focused on motherhood. Well, let's hear it from her. สวัสดีค่ะ
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 Okay, so first things first, could you please share your journey to becoming Mrs. Thailand World 2025 and what has its path taught you about yourself?
Well, first of all, I am a daughter, a wife, as well as a mother. And throughout my personal journey, I have also been involved with the public sector as a government official, a private sector as one of the staff in an organization, and been involved with the politics for a little bit, and then moved on to work with an NGO, which is Save the Children Thailand Foundation. And joining the pageantry is what I was passionate about when I was really young, back when I was 19, but that dream has been fulfilled at all until I'm 38 years old now, married, and have 1 child. And this journey has been made reality, all because I've been working with Save the Children for about 2 years now, and I know that children that we've been saving have some issues, and when they have issues, the problem stems from having the family supporting them, and those families are mostly run by mothers.
Right.
And being a mother myself, I'm very passionate about making sure that families are which is the foundation of the society, to be able to run more sustainable, more healthy. And that's why I wanted to be the spokesperson of mothers and mothers' health and well-being, and therefore I joined this journey of competing for the title Mrs. Thailand World. So when I represented Nakhon Nayok, that was back in May, and then for the national round, I then went on to compete, and that was in July. And now I'm very passionate about using the platform itself and using my voice to voice out about the mothers' mental health and well-being. And if mothers are happy, then the smallest unit, which is a family, will be a healthy family, and therefore will make the whole country and the whole world rather to be improving and more sustainable. There are so many platforms that was for single women, but not so many for married women. Their lives didn't have to end after they being married, but actually they can do so much to the world because of their experience and what they've gone through in the past. And yeah, that's why I decided to join, because I see myself to have the voice to be able to advocate for certain things that really can make a difference in the world.
Right. So it's not just about being a contestant in a beauty pageant, but it's also about motherhood as well.
Absolutely.
And can we talk about the challenges during the pageant journey, and how did you overcome them?
I think, to be honest with you, pageantry has been one of the biggest thing in my life that I had to go through. Because I had to step outside of my comfort zone so much, because being a Thai scholar myself, working in the government, politics, and NGO now, I thought I did really well until I met pageantry. Perhaps in the future you can join, or anyone watching now, if you're married or even not married, you can explore pageantry, because you can see that your improvement in a short period of time. I've seen myself improve exponentially. So like the graph goes like this. I see myself improve in so many aspects, and yes, there are challenges, but But I always see these challenges as not obstacles, but actually hurdles that I need to jump through. But if I have to choose one, I think the one challenge that I have successfully overcome is actually how I prioritize things, because I'm working full time at Save the Children, also working part time at NBT here as a news anchor for English for NBT News Brief, and I have to balance how to be Mrs. Thailand World, to speak up for certain causes that I believe in, and at the same time being a mother and being a wife. So I think the obstacle and the challenge that I find is how I can balance things with work, the title, and a family.
How do you find time for yourself? Do you have it all?
I do, actually. It's not. I think this question is for everyone watching. Everyone is involved with so many tasks that they'll need to fulfill. Whether you're working from 9 to 5 or 8 to 8, there's always time that you can always 5 or 10 minutes of quality time for yourself. Make time rather than find time.
Right. That's true. Well, as a woman, a mother, and a beauty queen, how do you define success at this stage of your life?
I think success is when you decide what success is you have that feeling of rewarding. And as a mother and as a title holder of Mrs. Thailand World, I think my main success is being able to share it with the people that I love. And as I mentioned earlier, my title wouldn't make any difference at all if my family or people really close to me really value. Another level of success is also how the cause that I would like to advocate for was amplified, I would say. And like the cause of maternal mental health, it got picked up by the hospitals that they were really interested in surveying how mothers should be happy, and getting the test, a postpartum depression test, and ranking them and giving them the ability to be aware if they're actually categorized into if they're happy or not. So I think that was a part of it, that how I can identify my success.
Right. Becoming a mother, does it shape your perspective on life?
Absolutely. Does it shape yours?
Of course.
Yeah. I mean, there's no book. There's no encyclopedia. There's not even a ChatGPT now, or AI that could tell you a success formula of being a mother. So it's like trials and error. But it does give joy. It does it needs your sacrifice.
Right.
But at the end of the day, it's like what you do in everything in life, does it really give you the feeling of feeling rewarding? I certainly do. There were times that I feel that, why is this so difficult? Why am I a mother? Some of the women are in early stage. They go through postpartum depression. Actually, 1 in 10 women. So if you walk down the street, you see 10 people, one mother, one woman will feel that depression. So I just wanted to let the public know that this is something normal, and you can always get help from everyone. Right. And it's the phase that you need to go through. But yes, it does change your perspective, but then it will make you become a stronger version of yourself, because you will learn how to sacrifice, you learn how to be patient, and you've learned that, your whole body, we've had a conversation before, that our whole body, not just body, but mind as well, has gone through so many phases in life according to the stage of your son, or even your husband as well, because we grow older together, and wiser together. So yeah, it did really help. But I just wanted everyone to see that you can see the beauty in this journey as a mother.
So you're a mother, a beauty queen, and also a wife as well. How do you balance your personal ambition, family responsibilities, and also social contributions?
Well, the The answer is I don't really balance it. I prioritize it. You know, there are certain period of time that you'll need to prioritize certain things. And for example, for me, since December to January, it's the time for prepping to do really well for the competition. So I put all the efforts into preparing for that. But at the same time, you know, let's say if there's 100%, it could be 50% for the pageantry and then 50% for the family. You always have to value them. But yeah, so you can prioritize them and choose certain seasons of which priorities that need to be prioritized.
Right. Are you ready for the contest?
To be honest, absolutely, yes. Yeah. I'm actually more excited than ready. For Mrs. World, there's like a WhatsApp group that accumulated about 45, 46, including the previous Mrs. World as well. And we had a lot of conversations, and it's so supportive. It was filled with questions, but also was really supportive in helping each other to get certain things when we get there to Las Vegas. And I'm very excited, and I just learned that my roommate will be from Sri Lanka, and she's so absolutely gorgeous. And I'm really excited to see, you know, this, I would say, sisterhood to be built throughout, and everyone from different countries are so like, they are great in their own ways. They come from different professionals, and I'm just looking forward to be a part of this beautiful journey with Mrs. World.
Right.
Yeah, I think that's great, because I mean, if you're ready for something, you can be ready for something, but if you're excited for something, that means you actually have passion for it.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back with Thai Pulse.
During Her Majesty Queen Seedaket, the Queen Mother's royal visit to the northern provinces of Thailand, Her Majesty graciously learned of the many hardships faced by local villagers, particularly their lack of occupational knowledge and access to adequate food sources for daily living. Deeply concerned for their well-being, Her Majesty expressed her royal wish to improve the quality of life of the people. Guided by this vision, Her Majesty graciously initiated the establishment of a model farm, a center for agricultural training. The first of these farms was established in 1997 at Ban Khun Tat, Jom Thong District, Chiang Mai Province. The model farm project under the Royal Initiative was created to provide employment and improve living standards for rural communities. The project encourages villagers to pursue stable occupations and earn reliable incomes to support their families. It also promotes raising native livestock and sustainable food sources and emphasizes the conservation of natural resources to preserve ecological richness for future generations. Furthermore, the project serves as a center for agricultural education, research, and technology transfer. In addition, Her Majesty Queen Seedaket, the Queen Mother, sought to extend assistance to those affected by the 1997 economic crisis, particularly individuals who had lost their employment. To provide them with sustainable opportunities, Her Majesty graciously commanded the expansion of the Model Farm project to other provinces across all regions of Thailand, now covering more than 17 locations nationwide. On the auspicious occasion of Her Majesty's birthday anniversary on August 12, 2002, Her Majesty delivered a royal address to well-wishers who came to offer their birthday facilitations at Dusit Dalai Hall, Jitlada Villa, Dusit Palace. In part, Her Majesty stated, quote, "I once thought that if each country could increase its food production, it would greatly help prevent famine in the future. That is why I initiated the Model Farm project. Moreover, when villagers came to me and said they had no work, and even after finishing their studies, they could not find employment. I allowed them to work at the model farms. At the same time, they learned the correct methods of raising livestock. And when they left, they could use that knowledge to raise their animals properly and sustainably, end quote. The model farm projects under the Royal Initiative at Ban Khun Tet, Jom Thong District, Chiang Mai Province, has successfully created livelihoods and sustainable food sources for its residents in Doi Gao sub-district, as well as for residents of nearby communities. The project has also revitalized the local ecosystem through reforestation with native rattan species, the construction of mixed and semi-permanent check dams, and watershed rehabilitation efforts. These initiatives have restored the moisture balance of the surrounding forests and created sustainable water sources for household consumption and agriculture. Today, more than 800 households benefit from these resources, living in harmony with nature and in accordance with Her Majesty's enduring vision of self-reliance and well-being.
Welcome back to Thai Pulse. Now we're still here with Mrs. Thailand World 2025, and of course this episode is dedicated to Her Majesty Queen Seedaket, the Queen Mother. So I have a question concerning the remembrance of Her Majesty as well. Her Majesty is a global symbol of Thai womanhood, compassion, and dedication to family. So my question is this: how does Queen Seedaket's legacy inspire your role as a mother and a national representative?
Well, Her Majesty Queen Seedaket, the Queen Mother, really represent the strength of motherhood, and it's just because the strength that was rooted from the dignity and the compassion that she has, not only for her family but for the whole big family, which is the nation. I mean, what she has done for the nation has been amplified not only within Thailand but also throughout the world. As you can see, that she was more or less the ambassador of the world, spreading the words about the beauty of our culture, as well as the beauty of being Thai, Thainess, being Thai people, being kind and very compassionate. We, Mrs. Thailand World, have prepared a number of very thought through outfits, the Thai costumes to be represented in the world stage as well. And hopefully Thai people will be proud to see the Thai costume being on as an evening gown. A lot to be said about the beauty from the Thai costumes, as well as our culture to be spread throughout with all the contestants around the world. We prepared a lot of souvenirs to present to the beauty queens from 45 countries around the world, as well as the honor of Mrs. World organization as well.
Right. And I mean, when you think about Her Majesty Queen Seedaket, the Queen Mother, right? You just remember how she handles herself when she walks, her gesture, especially when she speaks. Every time she spoke, everybody would stop and just listen, because she's just very captivating, I would say. But now let's talk about her vision, though. So you're going to be a representative to Thailand for the Mrs. World 2026. So which part of Her Majesty's vision will you be taking with you to this pageant journey?
Well, I plan to carry Her Majesty's vision of Thai women as contributors to lead, who can lead with care, with resilience, as well as responsibility. Thai women have long shaped a society through unseen yet quite essential roles. You know, we were kind of looked as the one behind the scene, behind the success. So I plan to bring this vision to Mrs. World by representing the strength that did not really seek attention, but could actually create the largest impact.
Right. Now let's talk about your projects. One of your key projects focuses on mothers' mental and emotional health. Could you elaborate? And could you share us about your inspiration? How did it get started?
Okay, so I mean, as I've mentioned earlier, you know, motherhood didn't really have a success formula for anyone to just read and follow through with the procedures. So, and being a mother myself, I was kind of warned when I got pregnant that like, oh, Ian, my husband, someone told me and my husband, like, Ian, you have to take a good care of her after she gives birth. And I was like, why? And then I learned about postpartum depression just before I gave birth. And then I didn't think that I would experience it, but I was actually one of the 10 women that experienced the postpartum depression. Luckily, I realized it before, you know, and then I got this very supportive husband and a family that helped me go through it. But a lot of women didn't have that access. So that's why I wanted to make sure that, you know, mothers have the knowledge and be aware that this is something that could happen to them as well. So mother mental health is something that's close to my heart, and I wanted mothers to be happy, because if they're happy, then everything else in the world will be, you know, pink. Yeah. Everyone could, you know, go on with their lives so happily and lead their lives in a happy way. So, and therefore because it was so close to my heart, I reached out to Bangkok Mental Health Hospital to work with them to identify a survey, which we decided to go on the Edinburgh for the Edinburgh one, that is like the global standard one that people use to test the stage of their mental health, a mother's mental health. And we started doing the surveys and collecting the data from mothers around Thailand in order to come up with a policy recommendation for the public sector, to the government, through to the Ministry of Public Health as well.
Right, and at which stage the project is right now?
The project has started since October. We've accumulated about 700 to 800 sample size, and we've decided we have the study summary already, and now we're just working on the policy recommendation before reaching out to the government, as well as a parliamentary committee, which will hopefully be formed very soon after the election.
Right. Could you please give us an example of policy recommendations?
Absolutely. Yeah. In Thailand, the number of, I would say, psychologists as well as psychiatrists per 100,000 people or population, in comparison to the developed countries, which has about almost 10 psychiatrists to the same, so 100,000 people around in those countries. So you can see there's a big difference. You know, there's about like we only a third of what other developed countries have to offer. So access to that is very little. So one of the recommendations would to be involving more of the budget to be allocated for the mental health of the people, because not everyone will be as fortunate to not go through it. Some of them has gone as severe as, you know, actually thinking about driving into something, or actually like taking their own lives or other people's lives as well. So it's something very serious that it could affect the whole society. And yeah, so one of the recommendations would be to invest more in the mental health.
So that's the mental health side for mothers. Now let's talk about AI.
Absolutely.
I mean, nowadays, everywhere we see AI, and everybody has been talking about it, and people are saying that if you don't know how to use AI, you'll be left behind. So we're going to talk about another project of yours, which is to help mothers to use AI.
Yeah.
So why do you think technology and AI literacy is important for mothers?
It's absolutely very, very important because just like you said, if you don't use it, then you'll be left behind. That kind of was stated for the businesses, but a lot of the time we forget that, you know, there's half of the world, there are women, you know. So if women are not using it, then the advancement of the technology will not be best implemented. And one of the reasons why I chose AI is because I've been the user of AI myself, and I think the majority of us have used it, but you'll be surprised that women, people, especially women in the rural areas, they don't really know what ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude, they don't know what they are and what this technology can help them in terms of, you know, raising your kids, or even how it could help with productivity of your work, or it could help create a new job. It could help us, you know, brainstorm. And okay, yes, it can help, but it could also be, we need to know as well how to prompt to get certain responses, the best responses, and how to identify that if these prompts are actually fact-based or if it's opinion-based, because AI is not perfect. You know, AI was created by man, and you know, men are imperfect. So we just need to make sure that these mothers know how to make use of it and how to cross-check.
So what you've actually been doing is to go to the rural area and to teach those rural women how to use AI.
Absolutely.
Right? And how is it? I mean, how do they perceive the benefits of AI, and how do they learn?
They were very happy. I went in and I didn't know the level of their skills of using AI. A lot of them, I would say 90% of them, didn't know they heard of the terms, but they've never really prompted. They haven't, first they didn't know how AI could help, how it can make their lives better. Second, they don't know how to download the app, which app to download, or which website to go in to use the AI. Third, how to prompt. If you prompt only like, help me come up with this, then it gives you a long answer. They don't know how to properly prompt with certain structure. And the last thing is, how do they know that what was suggested by AI was proper, you know, how to cross-check it. So it was very interesting to see their feedback and to see them doing it in person. And the feedback that they've given me is that they've used it in their daily lives. We still keep in touch. We have an open chat to talk about, you know, their good practices and bad practices and how we can improve it. And yeah, they were very happy, and we plan to roll out more because that was the pilot.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So, I mean, there's going to be certain groups of people who are willing to learn, but of course there are going to be groups who are uncertain.
Yeah.
They're going to be questioning, why do we have to learn about this? And maybe they might be against it. So what message do you have for these groups?
Do you remember the time that we had to go and buy the internet? You have to connect it, go. And now nobody would imagine that we can use the internet on our phone. Nobody did. So my message to them is that if you don't start now, when everyone has started walking or started running, you're not only gonna, you know, you're actually not gonna stay where you are, you're actually gonna be behind everyone. So you should know how to start. You don't have to be an expert in using it, but you should know how to use it properly, how to cross-check, just to make sure that you're not being left behind.
Right.
So when will the contest take place?
It will be from the 23rd to the 29th of January, so very soon.
Right. And how are we gonna follow?
You can follow all of the activities through Mrs. Thailand World Facebook, as well as Mrs. World. There will be a live, it will be broadcast online, so please support me and support Thailand, and hopefully we will be able to bring the title back to Thailand.
Right.
So we wish you good luck with your journey to Mrs. World 2026. And that's all for this week's Thai Pulse, and we'll see you next week with all the highlighted updates. สวัสดีค่ะ
สวัสดีค่ะ